Hi, I'm Nick. So before lunch, Ali and Natalia spoke about some of the toxic and unhealthy aspects of DevOps. Quick show of hands, who recognised some of the things that they were talking about there? Yeah, thought so. Me too. So my take on this is that we would all benefit from more compassion, kindness and empathy in our DevOps organisations. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how we can use coaching skills as a way to grow these. So first off, what do I mean by a coach? Well, my favourite way to describe what a coach does is to be a thinking partner. So someone who's going to help you work through your problems and come to your own solutions about it. And in order to do this, you need to get good at three things. The first thing is to listen really deeply. So you need to focus on the other person that you're talking to, give them the conch, as it were, and really approach their situation with compassion. The next thing is to get really good at asking great questions, and by that I mean open-ended, non-leading questions. Your aim here is to help them to get to the solution that they need by trying to understand it yourself, so you're engaging with empathy here. And the final thing is to build trust. I don't necessarily recommend this particular method for that, but it's more about making sure your partner understands that you've got their back, you're approaching them with kindness. So now we've talked about some basic coaching skills, I wanted to give a little framework for having conversations in a coaching style using the GROW model, which was originally developed by Sir John Whitmore, Graham Alexander and Alan Fine. It's a way of structuring conversations. So the first thing you do in that is to define a goal. So what's the person's aim? What's their achievable outcome that they're trying to get to? Once you've established a clear picture of that, the next thing is to move on to talk about their reality, which, let's face it, could be a bit of a trash fire. But that's fine. You want to get as complete a picture as you can of where they are right now and what problems they're facing, but without trying to solve any of them at this stage. Only now do we move on to talk about options. So what could the person do? What's available to them? What do they need support with? How can they move this forward? And really explore all of those sorts of things with them. The final stage is to get to a point where they will do something. Again, maybe not this dramatic, but something that they can commit to, an action plan. You will find, as you use this model, that you will likely loop back and forth through the different stages, and that's absolutely fine. The key thing is to end up on that will, on that plan to take forward. So, we've got some coaching skills and we've got a way of using them. So how can we spread these ideas around our organisations? Something I've done is to run coaching dojos. So this is an opportunity for people to practice these skills in a safe environment and learn by doing. So to do this, you start off by gathering some interested folks. So you want people who are prepared to come along and talk about problems and situations that they're facing, ideally from different teams and different roles. So you've got a bit of a mixed bag. Once you've got everyone together, talk through those basic coaching skills and the GROW model and get everybody comfortable with those. Then split into groups of 3. In each group, you have 3 roles. You have a coach, a player, and an observer. So you want your coach to spend about 15 minutes coaching the player on their situation while the observer watches, and then the observer gives some feedback on what they've noticed during that conversation. After 15 minutes, you rotate, and you keep doing that until everybody's had a turn in each role. At the end of the session, get everyone back together and ask everyone to just share what they found about using this framework and this way of talking to each other. What you'll typically find is that as people are starting to listen deeply, ask great questions, and build that trust, they will naturally start to engage with more compassion, empathy, and kindness. I've put together a few links, which will be here in a sec, there you go, on basic coaching skills, on running dojos, and on the GROW model, or I'm around for most of the rest of the afternoon if you want to grab a chat. So just one final question I'd like to end on. Now that you've seen this, how many of you would be prepared to try using coaching skills to grow compassion, empathy, and kindness in your organisations? Yeah? Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nick.